welcome to Oakley Hour. We are not completing, we are doing issue 67 of the Moomin House build. As I explained last time, these do have pieces where I should turn it around so you can see it better, rather than making you read upside down. Anyway, I have already completed some of this. Eventually you will see the house when I start putting this sort of thing onto it. But at the moment I am just going with the issues as they are. So you can see in this one we're going to be working on this. It looks a nightmare to me. And we will be doing therefore a lot of dyeing. So again, you've got the story here, which tells you all about it, which is actually a really interesting read. So if you ever again, it makes me laugh every time. Anyway, if you do this build, it's a part work, so you get it every month, or if you I don't know if it's available on newsagents, to be honest with you, but it might have been at the beginning, but this you know, they normally do part works in other countries before coming here, and I don't know if they decided to do newsagent or not, but I receive mine on a monthly basis. I did go premium, so I do have some of the extra characters that you're not going to see here, but this kind of tells you what to do. So before I put it together, I am going to dye it, just because when you glue and you dye, then it doesn't go over the joints very well at all. So that's what we will be doing. Let me quickly show you those parts for number 67. So you have the round thing here, the round circle, which is to hold it together at the top. You have, this one doesn't even have a label on, but you have several parts the same. I'm guessing these are considered the long ones, and then you have some shorter ones like these, and you only have a few of the medium. So you have a few of those, and what we're going to do is go and get all those dyed. So you let me get organized for that, and I will see you in a little bit. All right, bye bye. And welcome back. So I have my gloves on, I have some paper ready to do this on, and I have some dye ready, and I'm going to show you a couple. All you do is quite straight. I mean, this is why I kind of prefer it. It doesn't leave any lines. So all you do is you put a little bit on here, and then we're going to wipe it off, which sounds counterintuitive, but what it does is it just dyes through the wood, which is what you're looking for. So you can see there that it looks kind of that colour, but it dries. I mean, it's pretty much dry. I could technically glue at this stage, but I mean, I'm going to leave it to one side, and I'm going to do my little circle here as well, and then I'll just do the rest off camera. I probably didn't even need to dip that in, because these applicators do hold quite a bit of the dye as well. So just like I say, protect your surface area. It does splash, and it can get quite messy. Already, I'll get the rest off line, and I will come back when it's all done for you. And welcome back. So this is where we are. We have got them all varnished in my case. Like I say, some people will prefer to have them painted, but I'm just not very good at that. You're a little bit too close. Let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, and straighten up, because I'm obviously very crooked. Alright, so you can see all of these are now varnished. I'll get rid of this kitchen paper. They are dry, nothing's coming out. So you will see, I think I did warn that they are a little bit fragile. They're certainly thinner than the last ones I did, and this one did break, and I have super glued it. I have wood glued this to make it stronger, so hopefully you can see where the break is, but I'm hoping that it will be okay, basically. So let's hope and pray. So on top of that, what we're now going to need is we are going to need the rings, starting with the larger one. So let me get that out. And these pieces I will organise for hopefully quickly into size. So you have some large ones which we're not going to be using straight away. That's a medium, large, and medium. So I think there's 4 large. Oh no, I'm totally lying. There are obviously at least 6. And these are the shorts, which are the first ones we are going to be using. It's a medium. This is a... Is it a medium or a large? Gosh, I can't even tell. Let's see. No, it's definitely... Hold on one moment. Alright, sorry about that. I do have somebody popping round, so I really have a few minutes. So we're going to start with these short ones. And the main difference is one of the ends is a straight and the other ends is like a hook that you can see. It has been dyed at both sides. And the very first one will be going in right next to where the dots are. So it's not the first notch here, it's the second notch over here that it will be going into. And I haven't got any glue going in yet, but that is the principle. So I'm just making sure that that is yeah, pretty sure that is the correct one. And I'll have a look again because I'm going to be stopping. And then you want roughly the opposite, so you want it to be over here, I believe. Let me see, just make sure that I'm not gone crazy. Oh, and that's my ninja stopped as well, so it's all going. Nope, the next one will actually go at an angle, so it's not going to be opposite each other, which is kind of what I suspected it would be. It says the opposite notch in number 2. That is lying. Unless, you know what, I'm probably looking at this the opposite way. Yeah, that's where it's going to go. Alright, I am going to pause because you're about to hear dogs bark and nobody wants to hear that. I will be back in a moment for you and a little bit longer for me. And I can honestly say this was very laborious on doing the all the dyeing and everything on this one. So we're going to have one here. Well, according to trying to see which way it is on the picture. It's actually quite difficult to see. So one will go here and one will go opposite, it says, and it reckons it's going to go in what they call notch number 1. And the letter, let me see where the letter's got to go, if it's got to be up or down. Let me have a close look at this, one sec. Okay, although it doesn't say whether the letters are up or down, I'm pretty sure, if I'm looking at the picture right, which I hope I am, that it will be this way, so the letters would actually be on the upside. So let me get my wood glue, which also I've put somewhere very safe, like you do. And I'm going to put a bit of wood glue in here, and you are making sure that the hooks as such are on the inside like this and pointing downwards, so very important. It's going to be fun to do on that one, which had a slight break. Well, slight break I say, I mean it was break, you can't get out of that. So they call this notch number 1, by the way, and you are using the short one, and it's got to be pushed all the way in like so, and the same with this one. And they say this is opposite, see, it just doesn't look that's it, goes in here, and so it doesn't look that opposite, and just make sure it's in all the way, which it didn't want to go, and most of the glue's in that other one. There we go. And I'm going to clamp those in place. I'm still not getting it all the way through. There we go. Clamp it there. I'm going to clamp this one here. Like so. And then it wants you to put the next ring on. So let me get the paper and the clips off of that. and that's going to go in the second hole. My puppy thinks that I've got something right now for her because it's making fuss. Alrighty, and this one will go in the second one, and just make sure that I can tell which way round it is. And again, I'm going to turn it up that the letters are on the top, and this one has a strange side to it here, and I just want to make sure that I get that right. Just bear with me. Alright, I think that the one with the special notches here goes kind of like here. That's where my images are, and you've also got a double one here, so I'm thinking these are kind of going to marry up there, so it's probably, for the best guess here, going to go here. Let's get some glue on that and that, as I make a mess with that. So I'm gonna guess that it goes on here all the way in and like that. That's not all the way in. I keep knocking my glue over as well, and I think it's because this one has come out. Got to love that. So I'm going to pop this on again. My puppy is very much playing right now. And I think it's here. So I'm just going to hold those both in place. And I'm hoping this is right. It's actually really difficult to tell from the photograph as to whether it is or not. Kind of can see it a bit further down around, so let me see. So its notches are kind of like that. So let's see from there. I think it is right. I think that one's in there. Gosh, making a mess of this. I was not looking forward to doing this in reality. Some clips. And there. I mean, it won't take long to set once it's going. It's just, I'm hoping that I'm doing it right, really, because it doesn't give you an idea. I mean, you've got a picture, it doesn't tell you where it's meant to go. But it looks like these ones here, the ones with the doubles, are meant to go and tie in kind of around here. So we will see. So I'm now going to put on the smaller circle. Need to take the papers off of those. I'll take a moment. And it definitely didn't click very well together on one of them. And again, this now will go on the top one, and I'm trying to see if any of these are different, and I don't think so. I think they're all identical. So I'm just going to put this in here and here, put some glue in there, oh, as I make it full. And let's hope and pray that this is right and I'm not going to be messing around with it too much, otherwise I'm going to be here all day. And I knew these would be not the easiest. My puppy's playing, sorry. And you can see that this hasn't tied up well at all either. So I've A bit more glue in there. Put my clip back on that. And hope I don't need to use that anytime soon. And just make sure that they are pushed as far in as I can get them. And then we'll put clamps on this one as well. Let the clamp come loose. It's probably a better way to do it really for these top ones. Don't use these have to be the heavy duty ones. Let me not do it on that one because I pinged it across the other side of the room. Right, let me go grab that before the puppy does. Right, now we'll find out if we've done it right, because now what we're going to be doing is putting all the rest of these in, and from the starting point, which will be over here, it's every other notch. So we're soon going to find out if that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and get that sorted and get all this dried. Alright, so it's slightly wrong, and I'm just redoing it now. So this middle one, which was the one that I really was unsure, and I just broke another one, so that was smart, actually goes in. Can you see that there's two together? It actually goes in the furthest one from there. So let me get all that glued back up, get that one mended, and we can take it from there. We should be able to get this now. Alright, so after a bit of buffling around, this is the positions it should be in. So let me show you this a bit better. So the trick was, or not really a trick, but there's one here with two very small notches, one that side and one this one. This is your reference point, so make sure you get it right. And then when you come to this top layer, if you go one away from the seam there, then that's where your top one will go. And the bottom one down here is, you've got your double holes just there, then you've got one notch here, and it goes in the next one, and that sorts that side out. And then the same with here. So I'm going to go ahead now and put the rest of the short ones in, mend the one that got broken with some wood glue, and get that in as well. And I will be back to show you what that looks like after all the shorts are done. And I have to be honest with you, I was dreading doing this, and now I know why. Alright, so this is, let me zoom out a little bit. This is kind of as far as it's gone. It looks a mess, but it is a principle. There is something behind this. So you have, I've left the gap here, which is what you're not going to put anything in here anyway, of this size. It will be for the larger sizes, but for the moment, this is as far as that one will go on this side. Just checking myself. Yep, three notches. So that's 1, 2, 3. Doesn't that mean it should go there? Anyway, that is a 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So that is as far as that one goes, and that should work. I'm just going to double check it and then put the rest in. Alright, so most of it's done. There's a casualty of war over here, so we're not going to look at that one. But there was a couple that definitely didn't go as planned. So, but the easiest way to know what goes where is that the number 1 notch is 1 away from here. So this one is classed as number 1, and therefore that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is number 12, which is the next part that we're going to do. We are going to be inserting a long medium one into notch 12. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully with a little bit more success than what I have been having on this. And like I say, it wasn't something I was overly looking forward to. And this is getting ready to add another ring on the top, which will be this one here. So this is number 12 going to be going in. And again, we just want to make sure it's much easier to go in now. I've got the first few in, I have to be honest. So what I've been doing is using one of the bigger clips at the bottom here, leaving the middle one because it pretty much goes into spots, and then using, not doing that, using one of these little ones. Oh my gosh, like I say, these are not the best in the world for sure, but one of these little ones to hold this in place up here. And it seems like when they become loose like that, there's no winning really. Well, I just lost the tab on it, but hey ho, it's in. There we go, with a little click. And then what I'm going to do as the next one goes on, oh I see, then I'm going to put this notch on next. And this one, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it looks the same all the way around, so I don't think it doesn't say that it matters. So I'm going to put this one on as well, although it seems ever so premature to do so with nothing to support it whatsoever other than this one. Now after me struggling to get that on, let me move that out of the way and put this on at the top there. And I will fasten that with a little one as well. Maybe this one can keep its little paddles. Okay, and then the next one will be medium rafters into the notches 13 to 16 of the roof ring using wood glue. Wow, okay, this is quite unhelpful. So I am thinking they are probably opposite each other. So bear with me, I'm going to check on this. Alright, even though it's not very clear, I think what it's saying is you miss one and then put one in between, like there'd be another one here for instance. So it's roughly every 4. I'm going to put them in and just make sure that my thoughts are correct. Miss one, put that one in here. And I'm just, like I say, just placing them in, certainly not gluing them at this stage. And then, ooh, you can go in a bit better though. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one here would go in. And I'm guessing we would also have one on the other notch, maybe in here. But let me go and check that one, because that's more complicated than I like. Right, bear with me. Alright, this one over here, where those holes are, it goes in the bottom one here, so you leave one there, and then it goes in this one and the left side of this one, and then it goes up next to here and up to the top. So I'm going to get that one glued in. And then basically you are doing what I said, like you're leaving that little bit of a gap in between. So it's going to go here next to the other one, the left side of here, down here, that goes in there, and then just lift this up and it goes in here. It's going to need a bracket at the bottom. Like so, and I'm going to use one of the bigger brackets here. And it looks like I'm going to need just a bit of press on that one. Okay, so I'm going to go round and do the rest of those and I will be back. Alright, that was wrong. The where I was trying to put this, actually the long one is going to go in, which will go in next. So I'm just adding a bit more glue onto here because obviously it was in the wrong spot. And this one is in fact going to go between these two here. So I'm just taking that one out of the way because remember I installed them roughly. So it's actually going to go here. not where I was trying to put it. So in between these two. So ignore this, come to the first one after those dots. First one, the first short, and then your medium's going in there. And I'm just going to seal that in there, and then I will get on and do the rest. And then it should be like every other one. So there shouldn't be one going in here, but there should be one in here. So I will get that organised. And I'll be able to put this over here now. Well, just glued. And we will go round, so leave this one will go in here. So let me take that off. All right, I'll be back. All right, I finally got it done. I have to be honest with you, I must have had about 4 breaks with it. Obviously I'm not as careful as some people, or maybe I don't have the best grip in the world, so I wonder if I overcompensate for it. All right, the good news is that these larger ones are now much easier to find where they go. So the first one will be going in here, and then all we're going to be doing is fill it, whoops, it'll be going in here, and then all we're going to do is fill in the gaps all the way around, and then we have the top for this on the next video. So hopefully it will match up and it will work, but I'm going to start to do this and then get it drying, and hopefully be able to show you that at the end. One other thing just before I do it, so you're actually going, see you've got 2 here, you're going into the first one, the one closest to this other rafter here, so you're going to go in here with this one. Maybe I will show you where I'm going with that. Like I say, it's this, I wasn't looking forward to it. I guess the world knew this, and just don't put any glue on the top one. And you can see that it goes in here, 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 and all the way to the top. So I'm going to get that in and get it clamped down, and that should work perfectly well. And let's get my clamps. What I'm doing is I'm using the bigger clamps at the bottom, and I'm using the smaller ones at the top, because there isn't much room for starters. And just make sure it's all the way in on all of them, and I can see that there's not going to be hardly any room even for the little ones up here. So I will make a start. What I'll probably do is just move the clamps around as I need them. So I'm going to start on the opposite side where there's some room, and then just work my way around in clamping as I go. Okay, I will be back for you in a split second. For me, quite a bit longer. Alrighty, we have those put on, as you can see there, and I have to be, it was an absolute pain, to be honest with you. I wasn't looking forward to it, and it didn't let me down. So what I did with any of the breaks that I got, and I got a few, like I said, was I glued them, made sure that the paper with the bulldog clip went either side of the post. If they break, they're really not strong enough to have those other ones put on there. Bearing in mind that this will all get covered over by the actual roof, and eventually by the tiles as well, so you're not going to see any of this. So you just, do your best, but if you do break 1 or 2, don't cry about it. The way to I'm sure you wouldn't, but the way to fix it is in fact super glue. Why do I keep saying that? Is wood glue, and then with what I did was a greaseproof paper and some bulldog clips. So that was kind of where that went, and that seemed to work out fine. So I'm going to leave this to one side, and I really don't want it to, I don't want to even look at it, to be honest with you. It has irritated me no end. And then to cap it all off, I lost the top to my glue bottle, and I have no idea where it is. I need to check probably when I tidy up all of what I've done today, get all the brackets put away and things. I'll probably find it, but in the meantime I just went and got a normal bobby pin and used that, which works too. It's just they tend to, I think they seem to rust more. I mean, it looks like it's the same thing, right? But it does seem to rust more, or quicker. Okay, so that is 67 done, and good riddance. That's where that whole thing goes. Good riddance to that, because I don't want to see 67 again. All I can think of is I mean, every single model you ever do, you're always going to have some area, I'm sure, that is more frustrating than others. And so I think this was mine on the Moomin House. I mean, I'm sure I've had a few, but this is the one that probably tore my patience right to the end, and a break is now definitely needed. So what do we have coming up? We have number 68, and I am hoping for some nice relief on this one, and I think we're going to get it. So it looks like we are going to be putting the top on. Yep, okay, that should be easy enough. Everything should be nice and firm by then. Possibly looks like a couple of beams here are going to be going on as well. We're going to be making a bed. I've done these before, they're not too difficult. And then we got the second floor staircase, and I've done all of this, so I'm not even going to show that at this stage, because mine's actually all together, complete and stuck together, and the lighting's done. So I'm going to wait until they get to that stage. I went ahead and done it because I'll tell you why. Was not because I was too keen, it was purely for the fact I didn't want to lose any parts. So quite a lot of what I've done even has some of the interior stuck down on it already, but I am not sticking everything down, because even though it is a model and it's expensive when you look at the overall result, it does provide a lot of enjoyment. I mean, I do really enjoy doing the mooning, just not today's. So this should be a lot quicker, putting one circle on, a couple of beams by the looks of it, and putting a bed together. Let me just check to make sure there's really nothing much else it's going to go on. And let's see, so yeah, just got 4 beams there by the looks of it, and something to put on that. Yeah, 4 beams anyway, 4 very small beams, and then the little cap. And then we are doing the staircase, which I've already done, so I'm not worrying about that. And then we're going to put the bed together, which shouldn't take long at all. So next time, should be tomorrow, it should be a lot quicker. And now I'm going to go and get some of my patience back and see if I can find that bobby pin and clear up my desk area. So thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to comment or send an email at opallyhour@outlook.com. Gosh, I have a trouble with saying that every time. So opallyhour@outlook.com. It is in the description as well, and I'll try and get back to you or respond to any comments as soon as I can. Please click like and subscribe so you are informed when new content arrives, and mainly, please take care of yourselves, because that's incredibly important. All right, I look forward to speaking with you again very, very soon, and we should be on number 68.